Hey, I'm Carl Daikeler. I am here at Superstar Day at Beachbody headquarters, and with me is one of our newest superstars, Mike Ryan. Now, Mike, how's it feel to be the 15-star, top-of-the-heap superstar dynamo?
Oh, this is amazing, amazing. I mean, you guys rolled out all the stops. This is like, seriously, it's been an unbelievable experience so far.
It's the blue carpet treatment. I mean, we roll it out for people who earn it. Takes a lot of hard work. Now, what does this mean for your team? Are they psyched for you about this day, about what you're going to go through?
Yeah, our team's amazing. It's just a wonderful group of people whose mission is just to add value to people's lives. And so when they see what I've done, they go, well, hey, if he can do it, I can do it. And that's been my whole thing. I just want to show people it can be done. It's kind of like the 4-minute mile story. When Roger Bannister breaks the 4-minute mile, next thing you know, a high school kid does it, and a whole bunch of people do this, and they just needed to know it can be done.
Yeah.
So
now you were in the real estate business, and then came upon the Beachbody business. What was your why to work this hard? Because it takes a lot of work to make 15-star.
Yeah, it's been a lot of work, but it's when you do what you love, it's not really work. You just love to do it. It's just that thing that gets you up every day. And in real estate it was interesting. It was a lot of fun, but I didn't grow up aspiring to be in real estate. I did it because I was good with people and I needed to make money. And so that's my honest answer about how I was in real estate. If you had asked me this while I was in it, I would, I love to do this. It's the greatest thing ever. And it seemed like it was. But when the market crashed in 2008, it was just this surreal experience where, we ended up losing everything we own. We're giving houses and cars back to the bank. We're starting over. And I had so many deals in escrow, it was unbelievable. And to just watch it all go away. Like that Sunday night when Lehman Brothers went BK, that was it. We never heard from our clients ever again.
Wow.
And so at the same time, I saw P90X on TV. I literally bought a gym membership the day before. Kelly wanted to go get this gym membership. So I thought, okay, well, she really wants this thing. And I checked out the daycare. I just didn't want my kids coming home with pink eye. That's all I could think about. My kid's going to come home with some disease from the gym. And so I go to the new gym. It's nice and clean. It's brand new. And I bought this membership. And so we're watching the P90X infomercial the very next day. And I said, hey, I don't know what to tell you. I just know this makes sense. She's like, you just prepaid that thing for 2 years, didn't you? I said, yeah, I got the discount. And then we never set foot in the gym. We got killer results with the program. And so that was happening while 2008 was, it was in 2008. So the market's crashing, we're losing everything, but we're getting super healthy at the same time. And I just felt like the best thing I could do right then was to just grasp the dream. You talk about the why. Yeah. And then somewhere through that journey, I just realized that we had this ability to share it with people and make money. I thought, well, the more people I help, the more I can make, and this is in the right order. I'm just going to go help a lot of people. And that seemed easy.
You could have chosen anything, though. It sounds like you were flat on your back with that business. That's a little bit desperate. I don't know that starting a Beachbody business, fighting a trend of obesity would be the most natural fast lane to rebuilding wealth. Why Team Beachbody?
That's a great question. For whatever reason, the timing just was perfect. It really was. The market was dead, and I feel that the experience was so tough that it's hard to put into words how hard going through that is. We had to pull our kids out of school and switch schools because we had to move, we had to get out. And that the banks were not working with people back then. And you had administration changes, and it was just things were in flux. So I was just focused on my family, and I thought, okay, I need to be healthy. I need to be here. And all this stress, I'd hear about these young people having heart attacks, and you'd always hear the talk about Wall Street guys jumping out of buildings. I'm like, that's crazy. That's not right. I need to be family centric. And so
get some perspective.
Yeah. And it just made sense. It just really made sense. Our coach said, hey, is this coming up in conversation? You're getting results with your program. I said, well, yeah, as a matter of fact, my neighbors ask me what I'm doing. Our families ask me what I'm doing. Sure, people are asking me. She's like, well, you're doing what I'm doing. You just didn't get paid for it. And when I looked through the deal, being a business guy, I've owned a couple real estate shops and kind of grew up in family business. Any business takes time to make money. There's no get-rich quick schemes in life. Those are just schemes. They're usually defrauding somebody or something. So to me, any business is going to take some time, but you're going to get out of it whatever you put into it. And I had a wise guy that sounds bad. He's not a wise guy. I had a smart individual who shared some insight with me when I was going through this. And he said, look, he goes, going bankrupt or losing everything you own, all this stuff. He goes, none of that defines who you are. He goes, the real story is in how you carry yourself and how you get out the other side. I said, okay. So we just put our focus into helping people and empowering. It's like we enlighten people and then we empower people.
Yeah.
And I just want to show people this can be done. And I met good people through the network and it all made sense.
Now, I remember, sort of watching you first get traction with the business. We see people, we notice when somebody's really running through Emerald, Ruby, Diamond, 1-star, and so on. And like you were getting traction really on any promotion that we put out as a company. I remember photos of you on the grab your board, you took it seriously.
Sure.
How did you do that? Did you basically just plug into what the company was doing? Did you have a sort of a separate agenda for yourself? Like, what was your strategy approaching the business?
I never want to be the guy to reinvent the wheel. And so I look at Beachbody, I look at what you guys have done, what you're doing, and there's a whole lot of smart people here that are putting a lot of great things together, and they make sense to me. And so when I looked at all the promotions you guys have had, like the Grab Your Board promotion, it just made sense. I think you had to get 35 points in the fourth quarter of 2010. Was that what it was? Mm-hmm. And so I'm like, that just makes sense. That makes sense because the fourth quarter is going to set the table for the new year. Mm-hmm. That's going to help things start with good momentum. And I don't know. I think the best analogy I could use is that when I do something, it's kind of like my little kids in the springtime, and they want to go jump in the pool. And the pool may be too cold, right? But they're excited. So we all go out there, and we do a cannonball in the deep end. Oh my God, it's so cold, so cold. You're right. You might last a few seconds. You might be in there a few minutes. Yeah. Maybe you swim all day, but we just go all in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not. I'm not going to go put the pinky toe in the shallow end and try it in a week. And it's still too cold. I'll see you next week. And next thing you know, it's been a month or two. We've been having fun the whole time.
Right.
Like if you're going to do something, just do it.
Same thing happened with the challenge packs. When we first came out with the Beachbody Challenge and challenge packs, you and your team just took it and ran with it. And I love the way you just seize it like that. But along the way, it's never been an easy path. Like, were there any other challenges that you noticed with this business versus the real estate business, or other things that you've done that you've had to overcome?
Yeah, to me, this business is easier than real estate. So it's very genuine. Not that real estate's disgenuine, but it's you're really just there to add value to somebody's life. So if I'm going to help you, I just need to find out about you. Like what's going on in your life? How's your family? How are your kids? What's work like? Is your commute? Maybe you love your job, you hate your commute. Maybe you are a lawyer, you love the law, but your boss is a tyrant. Like, who knows what the situation is? I just want to find out what's going on and how's everything. What do you do for fun? You're not having any fun. It's just to add value to somebody's life. Well, hey, you're not having any fun. What the heck? Like, you're not playing tennis. You're not riding bikes. Let's, hey.
I got to run this big company, Mike. I can't have fun right now.
So to me, I don't know. It's an easy business. It's very simple when you keep it simple. You don't overcomplicate it.
Yeah. Now we say, we have the 3 vital behaviors. And I know that you are like the poster boy for invite, invite, invite. Wearing the logos out, having conversations at the coffee shop, all that stuff. But you also talk about being a product of the product. How important is that, being a product of the product, as part of your success in the business?
Oh, it's totally important. I wouldn't go a day without Shakeology because I know how my energy levels are. I know how I feel. As far as the workouts, it's the same type of thing. You just feel great when you get done with the workout. And when our workouts happen to be more efficient than other things, then it just makes sense. If we all get our 24 hours in a day, we want to use them as efficiently as we possibly can, because if we've been sitting here for half an hour or an hour, the time's gone. We spent it. We can't get it back.
Right.
It either got you closer to your goals, or it was enjoyable, or you wasted it. So I really kind of segment my time that way, and I teach my people the same thing, to just be focused on your goals. And so when you asked before about my why is really based on my family. It's, providing, teaching the great lessons, right? The things that I want to empower my children to just be great adults, great citizens, right? Great people. Yeah. And they need to know how to do certain things. They need to know how to, work through things. So if they have struggle with something or whatever. And to me, the silver lining in this thing is that I've got to spend a couple thousand hours volunteering with my kids from schools to preschools to sports, coaching all their teams, doing all these things since I've been a coach. I didn't do that in real estate.
Yeah.
I didn't do that when I had a job before that because somebody else is telling me when you can come and go. Like, they didn't care if you were coaching something, do it on your own time.
Yeah.
And so now while I'm out there, then I become the role model for the other parents because I'm out running around having fun and laughing and engaging the kids. And I mean, you know, we had a total losing season one time in Little League, and those kids had more fun. I mean, we're talking about Transformers and Spider-Man in the outfield and superheroes, and they just thought it was we just had fun. We just connected. And I would always tell them when they go to home plate, they're ready to bat. I'm like, hey, you can hit the ball further if you smile big when you're up there. So I get parents who would come up to me and they, hey, why does my kid smile so big when he's at bat? Is it really that fun? I'm like, yeah, it's really that fun.
That's awesome. Now that's like, you know, vital behavior number 3 almost, personal development and the importance of that. And I think you're a big proponent of that and constantly working on yourself. What do you do? What does your personal development look like?
I have a stack of books and audios and, you know, web resources. And before this business, I never did any of that. And I always wonder what would life have been like if I was into this personal development thing. And I didn't even, you know, I remember one of my brothers I worked with for years, he always said, hey, you need to go to some great seminars. I'm like, the hell's a seminar? Like, what do you do with those? You're going to chant? Like, what is that?
Right.
I just never took the time to look into it as a young guy. And then it's really cool because even if you're, like I've told a lot of people this, even if you're just awesome and everything in your life is just going super and you're great with people and you really are a well-rounded person, what do you do when you get the coach on your team who has a fear of failure or has self-esteem issues or somebody who's too cocky? Like, you need to know about these resources so you can recommend the right thing. Like, don't go to the bookstore and throw a dart at the rack and I'm going to read this one. Like, you could read yourself into the ground. Yeah. And so it's kind of like in real estate, you could spend your way out of that market pretty easy because there's so many seminars, there's so many things. So being an advocate of, you know, reading the great things, you can really change somebody's life with that. As somebody's going to go, oh my gosh, like chapter number 1, Think and Grow Rich, Desire. That's a pretty big one.
Yeah, exactly. Now, do you have a system in terms of the recruiting process that your team follows? Like, you know, we advocate these 3 vital behaviors: invite, be a product of the product, and do that personal development. But beyond that, coaches wonder, well, I'm not a salesperson. I don't know that many people. Like, what do you train your coaches to do from a recruiting perspective?
We teach them the art of chit chat. How do you go have a conversation with somebody? And so regardless if it's in person or online, those are the 2 ways you're going to talk to people today. You need to be able to have a conversation. If we can't sit down and be comfortable and chit chat, how the heck are you supposed to take them through a challenge or tell them, hey, you need to buy this program? Like, it doesn't work like that. So we teach them how to, you know, find out about their family, their job, their recreation, you know, and then we deliver a message. And maybe they just need a restaurant recommendation. Maybe they need to know, you know, a cool beach to go to, or they need a realtor, or they need whatever they need, right? And so by adding value to their life, you're creating some rapport. And then they come back to you. You know, we get so many people that just go out today and add value to people's lives. That's really the simple, we keep it simple.
That's interesting.
And I don't care if it's online or in person, it's just go help people. Be cool. Be the one that's asking somebody about how their day is.
Yeah. Okay, well that's a good intro. Okay, so let's call that, of Mike Ryan's top 3 business tips, let's call that number 1.
Okay.
But then it's got to get deeper to get to a transaction. And we all want to help people, and we also want to create some wealth for our family, make the business productive. So what would be Mike Ryan's business tip number 2?
Well,
turning it from chit chat.
From chit chat. So if you just follow that process, you know, so when a lot of times what you find is that they're not having any fun. That's kind of the big tell, is that when you ask them, you know, when you ask somebody about their job, they tend to tell you the negative thing about their job. You almost don't even have to ask. I don't ask people, what do you like about your job? What do you not like about it? Like, hey, so what do you do in the area? Oh, I'm a nurse. Really, what's that like? Oh, well, geez, I work 3/12s, and they just cut overtime, and I just got a pay cut, and they'll tend to just tell you the negative, which is interesting. And so then you kind of let them go for a bit, and then you ask them what they're doing for fun, and you find out that they're typically not. And so what I do is that's kind of where we come up in the conversation. Hey, you know what I'm doing for fun? I have these challenge groups I do, that P90X thing on TV, PX90. I'll say it wrong and like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they have a whole ton of other things. I'm doing this other program they have now, and we're having so much fun.
Yeah.
You know what? I got to get going. Let's trade some contact info. I'm going to send you something cool, and can you watch this today or tomorrow? Like, what's a good time for me to follow up? Mm-hmm. And it's just really, it's going to be fun and engaging. Fortune's in the follow up.
Sure.
And then the follow through.
Yeah. So that's great. I got tip number 2 there is turn it into problem solving, get the contact information, get it to be more significant, more toward the challenge group. Yeah. And then it comes to get them to a challenge pack and actually in a challenge group. Let's call that Mike Ryan's top 3 tip number 3. How do you finally, where does the impetus to close in sales parlance come from for you?
Well, I mean, that's just easy. I mean, you just have to ask for the deal. It's no different if somebody's in a fast food place. I know we aren't, but so if you're driving through a thing, they'll keep asking you for things until you tell them no. And so we're not badgering somebody, but it's a simple thing of saying, hey, sir, you ready to take the challenge today?
Yeah.
Hey, you want to look great, you want to feel great, you want to be healthier, you want to have a healthier blood score, so that's pretty cool, right? And like, yeah, cool. Here, let me send you the link. You're sitting at your computer.
Yeah.
I'll send it from the mobile app. Mm-hmm. Here, just click through this and put your credit card info in.
Yeah.
It's the lowest price way to get it. And then that's to me is the easy part. It's just asking for the sale.
Right.
I think most people just fundamentally don't ask for the sale.
They get scared.
In any kind of job, a lot of times, until the people that the difference in, you can be working in a bike shop. Where's the guy who's selling the most bikes? He's the one that probably just said, hey, so would you like to get this today?
Yeah, right.
And then he shuts up.
Smiles at Pat, right?
Yeah, here you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, those are good nuts and bolts, man. I mean, that's obviously the real estate background helps you a little bit, but I think it's obvious and possible for everybody. But the outcome of that, the consequences of that, obviously, superstar diamond. So describe what is the upside to all that work, thinking, it's great to help people, but what's in it for you? Tell us how the last year's been since you've been superstar diamond.
The last year's been amazing. I mean, I was literally bankrupt 2 years ago. But the same year I went bankrupt, I also went 5-star diamond. Like, wow. When those things are happening, you don't just find out, you don't get a letter in the mail, hey, you're bankrupt. Like, it's coming. Yeah. I lost everything we owned in 2008. Like, you had this. Yeah. And so I worked through the plan. I worked through the stuff. So for me, I have a great appreciation for what this has been. We live in a really nice neighborhood again. We, have the backyard has tons of room. We actually have our place set up again. You couldn't even fit a piece of it in the old house. And so the kids love the room to run and play, and we have a pool again, and I bought a new car. Like it's I don't know, that part of it's great. I think it just feels so good to really be empowering some great coaches on my team and see them running. Like, I'm really investing my time with great people. To me, that's where I'm going to get the biggest reward in life is doing that. It's just empowering people.
Yeah. So, new car, house is upgraded again, families, spending time with the family. Yeah. It's like the perfect American dream situation, which there's a downside to that hill, and that is it's very easy to coast. It's very easy to lose your momentum. How do you keep motivated to continue to work it now that you've got the infrastructure that it's going to cash flow for you? Why keep building?
Oh, well, the most fun part of this is phase 1. The most fun part of it's recruiting. It's meeting new people. I love people. Like, I just want to find out about you. I want to find out about you. I want to know how's everything going? What's going on? What can I do to better your life? Like, I know I've got 3 shots to enhance your life, better your life, change your life, however you want to look at that. Right. We have world-class fitness, world-class nutrition, and a world-class business. And so, I know that 71% of top income earning coaches in this company start as a customer first. But I still think about the 29% as well. And I think, okay, well, so 2/3 of the time, they need to be a customer first. But sometimes you meet somebody who has such a big financial why, or really $400 or $500 a month might make a big difference in their life. It might just be the thing that takes the pressure off. And so I'll find out through a good conversation where's the rub in your life. Yeah. And then we just empower them. And so now what I really like is with the program, with the Ultimate Reset, and I know you're on the Ultimate Reset right now.
That's right.
Congratulations.
Thank
It's only 3 weeks. So I had a coach or a person just yesterday who I was talking to about the reset. And I just said, look, this is this girl. I said, hey, you just need to go through this for 3 weeks. Then we'll talk about becoming a coach. Because you just told me that you have a huge financial why. Like you have some big goals and dreams. So let's work on you for the first 3 weeks. And then you can become a coach. Like I can't stop you from being a coach today, but 3 weeks is perfect.
Right.
So
that's awesome, man. So in the big picture, again, cars, family, recruiting, phase one, it's all that. What is the big picture? What does the next 2 years look like? What is success by your definition?
Well, we can have up to 25 business owners. So you just keep going. I don't know. It's just fun. When you love what you do, you just wake up every day and you just want to do it.
Yeah.
That's kind of sound like you were talking about Jerry Maguire. I wake up in the morning and I'm excited. I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
I am. And it's just one of those things where some nights I have a hard time going to sleep because I just want to keep going. And it's just fun. So I just want people to have my kind of success. Like I have fun every day. I get time with my kids every day.
Yeah.
I can go to parent pickup any day I want. I can go take them to the park after school and I have time. Really, it's not about the material stuff so much. I mean, that's all nice. And of course that feels great. But when you go study happiness, I mean, it's really societal.
Yeah.
And so it's time with the kids. And then it's just like the kind of the thing I told about Little League. Going to the park's the same thing. All these parents will be sitting on the grass and I'm running around chasing the kids, or we're throwing the football, or we're doing whatever we're doing. We're active. And then next thing you know, another parent gets up. Next thing you know, or their kids asking, hey, where's Mr. Ryan? Where's Connor's dad? Where's Torrin's dad?
Yeah.
If I'm the fun one, like I just want to inspire those parents to do something.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll see one that like over the summer, one of the moms from school got really fit. She didn't ask me. She just came up and, she bought one of our programs off TV. She looks fantastic. She feels great. And I'm just like, hey, you know what? Let's have a conversation sometime. I want to find out about, your goals and like how you got to here. What's next?
Right.
Like I could map out the next year of your fitness real easy. This would be cool.
Right.
Really? There's more? I'm like, yeah, there's more. A lot of times they just think it's like a P90X company.
Sure. Yeah.
Or they know about Turbo and they don't realize there's a litany of products and, so it's just, I don't know, just fun.
Well,
simple.
Keep doing it, and it's impressive to watch you grow. It's impressive the way you watch your team. It's impressive to watch the way, the kind of parent and husband that you are, and it's a real pleasure to work with you. And I think you really have created. You're painting a picture of success that I hope more people aspire to, because it's really well balanced. It's not just about what you drive, where you live, but about the kind of role model that you are, the kind of parent and father that you are, or husband, and also what you do in society. And I think it's awesome. So congratulations, man.
Yeah, thanks.
Superstar Diamond. Mike Ryan, Superstar Diamond here, Team Beachbody.
It's all about the team, baby.
Right on.